Hi guys, this is Travis Ewert from Invictus Gymnastics, and today we're going to take a look at the bar muscle up. We're going to break it down into 6 different steps. Now the goal today is for you to understand the 6 different pieces that I use in the Invictus Gymnastics program to teach the bar muscle up, especially for people that have never done it before. Okay, now we're not going to go over all the drills that you need to do in order to achieve the good movement patterns consistently, but all in all, this is what I want from you guys, so let's take a look. Okay, come on around and we're going to take a look at the first drill. Now if you could watch, I want you to consider this a bad cheerleader jump, okay? Now, a good cheerleader can jump out and touch both toes out in front. Now, a bad cheerleader can only jump up to this position, okay? We're going to do the bad cheerleader jump. Now, notice that my feet are standing in the same in this position, and when I jump, I land in the same spot. Now, we're going to bring you around, please. And I'm going to stand here. Now, the bar needs to be low enough that I can actually reach it if I jump straight up, and I'm good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice this bad cheerleader jump, touch the bar, and land in the same spot on the floor. Okay, so that's step number 1. And what that does, it keeps your hips back away from the bar, establishes a straight line from your hands to your hips, and that will increase the amount of forward swing into your movement. Step 2, just using the plate, simple plate. Now, it depends on the height of the bar. If your bar is higher, you're going to have to move this thing further out, and if it's lower, you're going to have to move it in. But we call this the target reach swing. We're going to do the bad cheerleader jump. We're going to try to aim our feet toward the target. And how I want you to think about this is if you had laser pens stuck in the laces of your shoes, and they're pointing down toward the target as soon as you jump up with a bad cheerleader jump. So it's going to go from here and reach. Okay, we try it again, and reach. Now you'll notice that my body's swinging forward and it's swinging backward, which allows me to land back here. Now, if I did this poorly and started here, I don't get much swing. We need that swing for further on in the muscle up. Okay, so now we're going to take this out of the way, preventing injury, and we are going to go into the loading position. And what is a loading position? Loading is basically like pulling back a slingshot or a catapult before you let it go to create the fling. So we want to build up tension in the front side of our body. It's what people would call the arch, but we're going to allow our knees to bend in this arch. We're not going to stay super tight. Allowing our knees to bend kind of takes some of that tension out of the low back. If you have a lot of swing into it, it puts a lot of pressure in here. We don't want that kind of pressure. We want tension. So we're going to add that into the mix. If you can move around to the side. And I'm going to just try to push my chest up toward the ceiling and then come back. I'm also starting with the first 2 movements, the bad cheerleader jump, target reach swing. This time when my feet reach toward that target, which is not there, we're going to pull our feet back into the loading position. So now you see, because I'm pulling my feet up and my chest is coming up, I'm getting a little bit more height in the front. That height in the front will give me more swing coming back. So just to kind of break that down, we're starting from no swing to a small swing to a bigger. And what's going to happen next? If we do it right, we're going to have more power going into the next part. Okay, so now we've got the bad cheerleader jump. We've got the target reach swing. We've got the loading position. And from the loading position, what we can do is go from here, and we're going to drive our feet down. But first, we're going to look up toward the bar. Now, this is a little bit different than on the ring muscle up, because when you guys do the ring muscle up, you want to keep your head straight. On the bar muscle up, we want the shoulders drift back just a little bit before the legs come up. So we're going to look back toward the bar and pull our knees in. This is what I call the Airchair Swing. Now, I call it that because it looks like you're sitting in a reclined chair in the air and you're swinging. So, hence Airchair Swing. We're going to swing up into this position. We want to get our knees relatively close to the bar. The furthest I would want them is about the length from your knee to your hip, okay? That's playing it safe. That's meaning that, you know, if my knees aren't going to be too low in order to create the transition and get to my hips. So, the Airchair Swing, if we can watch from the side once again, it's going to look lean back, so target reach and in. Now notice that I'm getting my knees really close to the bar. That's not necessary, but it's better than having them too far away, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then the Airchair Swing. Now when you kip out of the Airchair Swing, I call it the zombie kick, right? So you're kicking a zombie. We've got zombie walking in toward the bar, and then you're gonna kick that zombie as fast as you can. Another way to take a look at this is the Kipping Backslide. Now this Kipping Backslide movement means that my knees are gonna come in and then back out. Notice if I had a bar here, this would be the air chair position. Maybe not the same angle, but similar. So I go in and drive. And because my legs are changing direction so quickly, it's going to drive my upper body up with more power. Add to that, the swing that we're building up over the 3 steps so far, going forward, back, and into the air chair, kicking out of that is going to promote my shoulders to lift. Okay, now that goes into step number 5, getting up and orbiting the bar. Okay, orbiting the bar means we are going to have to keep our arms straight. I don't know if you guys have ever tried, but swinging on the bar with bent arms is really difficult on your biceps, or at least it wears them out quite well. So what we're gonna try to do is keep our arms out, and when we kip out of this movement, we're gonna ride that swing up. You may have to push down on the bar a bit to keep the distance between the bar and your knees close, but that's gonna get us up, okay? So now we're gonna do the little kip out of the air chair swing. All right, so now we're achieving some height coming up, and it looks like I'm about ready to transition. So the very last part is we're gonna pull on the bar, and I call this the wishing well. The reason why I call it that is because when you're a child, I'll do it right here, when you're a child, if this is a wishing well, if I have a coin and I throw it into the wishing well, do I just throw it in? Well, maybe, but I, as a child, always like to watch it flicker as it drops. So I throw my coin in, and I throw my head over the top, and I look down into that thing, okay? I get to watch that coin go flickering all the way down to the bottom. So that is step 6. So step 6 is once you're up and your shoulders have that elevation over the bar, you pull the bar toward your hips and look down over the top. That should complete our movement. Let's take a look. All right, worked for me, hopefully it works for you. Once you have this movement, it may not always look like this, okay? Basically in the Invictus Gymnastics program, we want to build a skeleton, and then once you guys have that skeleton, you take that movement and you make it specifically yours. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if you have any questions or want more help, we have the Invictus Gymnastics program. Okay, I can help you out. We've got a Facebook group. I actually coach you there. So if you have any questions, send me a message. Otherwise, join the program, learn all your stuff, be ready for the Open every single year, okay? Don't wait till the last minute. Thanks, guys, for watching.